welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading up to Tennyson Down. I woke up this morning and it was really foggy. Last night we had some amazing Advection fog coming over Tennyson Down, over into Allen Bay, and you can actually see the fog rolling over the hills, which I've got some awesome video and a couple of lovely photos last night. So I woke up early this morning, saw it was still foggy, but it's a lot thicker than it was last night. I'm out of breath because it's walking up a steep hill, as you can see, thick fog. Now what the plan is to climb up here to top of Tennyson Down where the monument is. It's probably the highest point near where I live here, with the hope that the top of this is going to be just sitting out the top of the cloud. Obviously one of these things you never quite know, so it was a case of come out and walk the dog and see if we can get lucky this morning. Now, looking at the moment, I'm not quite sure that this is going to be the case, but this is often like this in the mornings. I find you need to get out and risk it, whereas with sunsets you can see how the day sort of unfolds and generally have a better idea of knowing what the outcome's going to be. Also getting out of bed at 5 in the morning is not ideal either. So my thought process this morning was hopefully the top of Tennyson Down here, which is sort of just a high point along the downs here, would just be sitting outside of the cloud. So it almost looked like a little island, I guess, with the cross on the top, and then the sun coming up in the distance would make a really nice composition. So that's the plan. So we're going to keep heading up here. If I keep my breath, talking and walking, not good. And we'll get up to the top and have a look, see what we've got. We just got to the top and it's still cloudy. What's the chances of that? It was a slim chance that this was going to happen, and it is. So maybe I'm out of breath as well, as you can tell. But so, who says photography doesn't keep you fit? Even the dog's panting down here as well. So it's quite a steep climb up from the car park to this point up here. And as you can see, there is a monument sitting here, but you can't even see it. Now, there's I suppose a chance that as the sun comes up, which should have been up about 10-15 minutes ago, and there's not even a sign of a glow up here this morning, so it's obviously a lot thicker than first thought. So the chance of it burning off could be not so good this morning. If I turn you around, you can just see the monument appearing up here in the gloom. As you can see, Tennyson Monument here in thick fog, or low cloud, whichever way you want to look at it, which is a real shame this morning. Looking up, it doesn't even look like it's going to be close to breaking through anytime soon, so I'm not even sure if it's worth hanging around, which is a real shame because this bit last night was sitting out, or just sitting on top of where the cloud was, so it almost looked like a floating island, but unfortunately the light ran out for where I was. So I might just sit, give it 15 minutes and see what happens. Sometimes when the sun comes up it stirs it, and it might find that some of this goes and we get lucky. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. It's so wet up here this morning as well. Not even the dry bench. It was last night. It was really, really cold, and even my glasses and my coat were wet as the air, or the wet air, was coming over the top of the downs. So this was basically what they call advection. I can't even say it this morning. Fog. So it was cold air, or cold ground, cold sea, cold air, and then a warm air mass moving in and then condensating effectively. And then as it was coming over we got no chance to see it, so it was coming up, hitting the cliffs here, and then coming over the top, which was giving this beautiful, almost looked like water running over the top, but in cloud form. So it was absolutely stunning. I will post some pictures up so you can see. Just looking up here, so I'm just starting to see a little bit of blue sky, so we might be lucky. It's still wafting over. We just need that little bit of sun to come up. little bit of warmth that could break it just that bit. We might get that lucky glimpse of the sunshine. But I'm not too hopeful. So the cloud's still not cleared, which is really disappointing. Just start to see a little bit of glimmer of blue up there, but I think it's going to be too much this morning. By the time this clears, the sun's going to be up. We'd have lost the light. But it was always worth, if you're coming somewhere that you're not familiar with, just to know where your surroundings are, particularly up here, for instance. I'm local, so I know where I am, but if you don't know where you are along here, if I swiddle you around, another 10 metres this way is about the 300-foot cliff drop down to the sea. So if you're in places where you're not used to or not familiar, make sure that you do take extra care, because it's very easy to get yourself in a lot of trouble. I can still hear the foghorns going, and as you can see with the monument here, this would have made a awesome composition, looking like an island just sitting on top with the sun coming up over in this direction, but not to be this morning. And it doesn't even look like it's going to clear, unfortunately. But that's part and parcel of enjoying photography. Sometimes you get up and it just works out perfect, and more often than not you get up, especially on sunrises, and it's not quite what you're expecting, but it's just the getting up, having the adventure, enjoying the moment once you do get up, that makes it great fun. And obviously you meet different people on your route as well. That's about it. I think I'll give up for the day. So hopefully later this fog might drop a little bit. We might be able to get out and do a bit of sunset shooting and enjoy that one. But I think now time to give it a rest.